Your safety and the safety of all members when using any of the Kansas City Woodworkers Guild's hand or power tools is the #1 concern your safety committee and the board of directors of the Guild. Nearly every woodworking project will need to be sized and smoothed by one of the Guild's power surface planers. Currently, we have 2 planers in service and available for the membership to use. One is a 15-inch jet planer and the other a 20-inch grizzly planer. Hi, my name is Christine Kessler and welcome to the Kansas City Woodworkers Guild's ongoing series of machine safety videos. Today, we will cover the safety rules and requirements of the Guild's power surface planers and how to safely operate these machines. Keep in mind that this video is targeted to only cover the operational safety points of our power surface planers and is not designed to be a complete training program in the use of these machines. A power surface planer is used to smooth and dimension your lumber to the final thickness needed to construct your project. Both of the planers currently in the Guild inventory have helical cutting heads that smooth the top of any boards fed into the machine. Each of the machines have an adjustable table that raises and lowers to allow you to plane lumber, making multiple passes to a very accurate and specific thickness and smoothness. Remember, when you are in the shop, please direct any questions about using our planers and any of the other Guild equipment to the on-duty shop foreman. She or he is there to act as a vital resource to keep you safe, providing advice and assistance to successfully complete your project. While you are in the Kansas City Woodworkers Guild shop, you must wear OSHA-approved safety glasses with side shields at all times. Your regular glasses are not approved for use in any shop activity while you are at the Guild. The noise created in the operation of a surface planer might make you wear plugs or earmuffs. While not a safety requirement of the Guild, it is solely a personal decision. However, there is one caution on hearing protection. Our Guild's rules stipulate that any hearing protection worn by members must not have the ability to receive any type of broadcast media. Failure to follow this requirement may result in losing your shop privileges. Additionally, you should not wear any loose clothing or jewelry. Long hair should be tied back to prevent it from catching in the machine and drawing you into it, which can result in significant injury. Before surfacing any material on the thickness planer, the material must be flat and true on one face and not less than 12 inches in length. Flat material will have first been surfaced on a jointer or flattened by hand planing. A board not flattened and put through the planer will result in a board that is smooth, but that will mirror the warp, twist, cup, or bend to the other side of the board. You should examine your material and remove any loose knots from your board before planing so that they are not caught by the cutters and turned into projectiles when fed into the machine. Another solution to loose knots is that they may be locked into place by applying an epoxy resin to fill any gaps. However, application of epoxies will delay your planing operations until the epoxy completely cures. Any and all reclaimed lumber must be presented to the foreman on duty before machining to determine its suitability for use. It must also be thoroughly checked for any hidden nails or other metals with an approved metal detector. Treated green, yellow, or other ground contact lumber is banned from use at the Kansas City Woodworkers Guild. These lumbers have been treated with chemicals that may have negative health consequences. Before starting, adjust the planer to a thickness that allows the boards that you are going to be planing to pass easily under the cutting head without removing any more than 1/32 to 1/16 of an inch of material. Always run wood through the planer with the grain running parallel to the length of the planer bed. Never plane across the grain or across an in-grain slab. This will almost certainly cause tear out, and it may happen in an explosive manner by damaging the planer and possibly injuring the operator. While planer kickbacks are rare, they are potentially violent. When feeding stock into the planer, always stand to the left or right of the feed table to be clear of any kickback should it happen. Extremely dry or brittle wood also has the potential to shatter and be ejected from the infeed side of the planer. If the board is thicker on one end than the other and jams in the machine, do not shut it off. Slowly crank open the height adjustment wheel until the board resumes feeding through the planer. Should the machine lock up and trip the circuit breaker, Crank open the feed table until you can clear the jam, and then immediately notify the foreman so that they can reset the breaker and you can resume working. If you need to plane any stock that is equal to or less than 3/8 of an inch thick, you must use a backer board. If the stock to be planed is equal to or less than 1/4 of an inch thick, it is too thin to be fed through any of our planers and must be hand planed or may possibly be fed through a wide belt or edge sander. As you feed stock into the planer, be careful not to get your fingers pinched in between the stock and the infeed table. The downward pressure of the feed rollers on the stock presents as a substantial crush injury risk. Keep your hands, fingers, and any other body parts more than 3 inches away from the infeed ports of the machine at all times. It is acceptable to have a helper catch your material as it exits the planer. He or she should place the boards on top of the planer's return rollers or stack the material on a cart and nearby table. If the planer's attached dust collector has a warning light and it begins flashing while you are planing, shut down your operation and the dust collector and remove and empty the dust barrel attached to the collector. Again, if you're not sure how to do this, ask your foreman for some assistance and you'll be a pro before you know it. When finished, shut down the planer and then the dust collector. However, if your planer is sharing its dust collector with another machine, make sure that another member isn't using the shared machines. If so, leave the dust collector running so that they can safely complete their operation. Check around your work area for dust and debris. Clean up both the machine and the adjacent floor area. Please remember, be alert and always be safe. For the Kansas City Woodworkers Guild, this is Christine Kessler. Thanks for watching.